The Time Traveler's Wife's fourth episode finally fills in some of Henry and Claire's backstories. Claire's college pals and Henry's mysterious ex-girlfriend are introduced, both of whom play significant parts in the novel's plot. This episode also demonstrates that Henry and Claire are aware that their relationship is problematic. Henry's capacity to have multiple versions of himself in the same place at the same time complicates standard dating pair behaviors such as meeting your girlfriend's acquaintances. The episode opens with the documentary's older Claire and older Henry, but this time they're talking about how their relationship developed in the wrong order, resulting in a lack of agency. After that, Henry is seen walking up a flight of stairs at an apartment complex. Claire is then seen struggling to make chicken risotto, while her roommate Charis looks at the unappealing food. Charis's boyfriend, Gomez, quips that they're finally going to meet Henry, or Library Boy. When Henry, who is 28 years old, arrives, Claire makes all the required introductions. There is some skepticism so far, but things are going nicely. Henry looks familiar to Gomez. Everything is going swimmingly until the buzzer goes off once more. Because the cops are after him, a naked 41-year-old Henry is at the buzzer, demanding to be let into Claire's apartment. The classic "guess who's coming to dinner" joke has been updated to include a time travel element. Following the opening titles, Claire sprints to meet Henry in their normal Forest place. Henry, 41, is unaware that today is Claire's 18th birthday, as well as the final time she will see him until they cross paths again in the future. Claire also has picnic items and asks Henry if they can consummate their love, but he declines because he has created rules for them. Claire has a flashback to the attack as she overhears Henry mention that he wants to be her last and not her first intimate connection. Claire then requests a kiss, which he accepts. We then cut to Claire, who is 19 years old and living in the same apartment as Charis, but this time she's dating Gomez while Charis is away. Gomez is also a lot older than she is, but this isn't mentioned as a problem. She blames inebriation for breaching the girl code and possibly jeopardizing her friendships. Claire is crying, and Gomez admits that he has a lot of feelings for her. Claire responds that she has no intention of repeating her error because she is waiting for Henry to return. Gomez walks away and comes into a blonde woman arguing with a man. That individual is 28 years old. Gomez encourages Henry to leave the woman alone because she doesn't seem interested in engaging with him. Henry screams at Gomez for interfering, but eventually surrenders. Later on, Charis asks Claire if she is gay. Claire declines because she prefers to avoid attachments. Charis still kisses her, which catches Claire off. The scene shifts to Claire with Henry, blurring the barriers between friendship and relationship once more. Claire requests Henry's bodily presence once more. When Henry uses the term grooming to describe their relationship, Claire says that she has imprinted on him because of their future relationship. Henry unexpectedly proposes to Claire, despite the fact that he does not have a ring. Claire succeeds in seducing Henry, but it is cut short as he vanishes into the future. We don't know what he wrote in the note he left her. This nude Henry is the one who interrupts the dinner party by ringing Claire's buzzer. To avoid embarrassment, Claire lends him a plaid blanket. She's conversing with both Henrys at the same time, and one of them recalls the chicken risotto incident from the last dinner party. Claire's buzzer goes off once more, but this time it's the angry blonde Gomez who was seen arguing with 28-year-old Henry. Ingrid is well versed in time travel concerns, but she has come to control Henry as a result of his betrayal. While one may expect the focus of discourse to be on Henry's competing women, the star of the dinner talk is Henry's statement about his time travel powers. He tells Gomez about Netflix stock advice and surgical masks. Ingrid notices Henry looks at her differently from the rest of the group and wonders if she may die in the future. Younger Henry tells Ingrid to live, as if she will live forever, while older Henry tries not to answer that question. The older Henry then vanishes, frightening Gomez and infuriating Ingrid. The note older Henry leaves for 18-year-old Claire at their rock has another flashback. Have mercy, the note says, and it's a stark reminder to Claire that younger Henry is still a work in progress. The episode concludes with a visual reminder that the paid blanket older Henry wore as a cover-up during the dinner party is the same one that Claire, then 18, brought to her birthday picnic. What becomes of Ingrid? Why is it that Henry can't see beyond the age of 42? What about the wedding of Henry and Claire? Hopefully, these questions will be answered in the upcoming episode of The Time Traveler's Wife.